No, there we go.
Alright.
Ooh, what's this document? Ooh, what is it? What is it? Mine? Ah, it's a small version of the big document, which is over there.
Yep. Alright. How much battle value does each player have?
I have,
1,080 some. Is that fine, or do I need to toss one of my mechs?
969. Nice. As said. And you're the Toro? You just the Toro?
Yeah. So I have 869, so I'm gonna get one blue die.
Human, where is your gang? Which one are these two your gang? Humans are these two over here.
Okay.
You got rid of my heat. My heat thing was already over here.
Oh.
I already set mine
I
up.
was spawning my count. Okay. Actually, I don't have ammo. Is this your counter?
I don't like your alarms. I really do not like your alarms. You are scary.
Who?
Snake is scary to me.
Alright.
How much ammo does he have? 48. Holy shit. You're never going to get rid of that. You have 24 shots. You've got 24 turns of constant shooting.
Yeah. Base.
Okay, so I do have to worry about you. You
Stop. You have to worry about every bot on the field.
Okay, what's your total?
My total is 969. Oh, are you asking me? He wants total?
3, 5, 8 plus 5, 9.
Are you adding mine together? It's 1,085.
Okay. She gets a blue die. You get a blue die. I get 2 blue die. How's that? Machine gun?
Why do I have an ammo counter?
I just gave you a second one because it was fine. You can just delete it if you don't need it. What are you doing?
Count it. He's like, I need to get the number up. No!
No, hold on, I got you.
You know what number it's gotta get to.
We're not gonna bother with weather. We're not there yet.
Yeah, I love seeing. Based.
It's been renamed.
The funny. Yeah. I love how I just see all
How
three
did
of
you
us.
make it giant? What?
Let's go. How do you make it giant?
Right click scale. Oh, wolf. Fighting each other. What did you do, human?
Alright, machine guns. There's the...
No, it's been removed. Okay, whose living room are we in?
Snakes.
Mine.
Is this what image is this? Where are we? What is this background? Who's Victorian era's home?
Oh, in other words, my basement.
Yo mama. Your mom is in my basement? More likely than you think. Me, your mom. Some time passes. Oh god. Oh god, what if you made
How
human?
did you do this? Yo, that's some thick ones. How are you stretching it?
Human. Human.
Okay.
Okay, human, what is this?
Okay. No, thank you, Human.
Okay, where's the coom counter? Because I was gonna write
It's gone. I deleted it.
Damn, the coom counter. Okay,
Why this part big higher?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. The more you call out these things, the longer we're here. So here's a quick question. Here's a question I thought about. Oh, first off, are we going to delete the king, the rook and knight here?
Oh,
No.
how did you move it?
Are these part of the terrain now?
Yes.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's a building.
Sounds
It's height 4 per piece.
Each building is 4 pieces tall. Why is it lower than the level 2 stuff then? Or only these knights height 4, making this height 6?
These two are the knight is height 3 because it's a 2 height model on a 1 height thing, and then the rook is height 4 because it's a 2 height thing on a 2 height thing.
It's a 3 height model though.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever. Fun facts.
Alright, now I need to grab some. I now have the rules for machine gun. Here's how a machine gun works. For our purposes, it works exactly like a normal weapon. Ooh.
Scary.
Be scary.
So machine guns are special. When you shoot a machine gun, you roll a d6, and then you roll that many of shots for the machine gun, essentially. Well, you still roll a single 2 hit, but you roll a cluster table. You roll the cluster table for that amount. So, let's say I shoot the machine gun, 6. So now I roll on the cluster table for 6. You generate 6 heat, and you expend 6
18.
times 3 ammo.
18
And
ammo.
whatever hits is what hits. So,
Wait, so does that mean you're firing 3 shots per cluster? So if you fire 3...
okay, so I roll 6. That means I roll on the 6th cluster, okay? Alright?
Uh-huh.
So it's a cluster of 6 shots is actually what could hit. So we roll on the 6th cluster to see how many I actually get. So then let's say I rolled 6, so 4 total. That means, and it's applied just like the missile. It's applied in clusters of 2. So then we apply that 4 hits in 2 clusters of 2, just like an SRM2, essentially. The weapon size for a machine gun is either 1 single shot or rapid fire, which is D6.
Your weapon size is determined by the first dice roll when you fire 1d6.
Yeah. So you say you're firing your machine gun, you roll a D6, 5. So that's how many shots go out that could actually hit. You roll to hit, and then... Oh, keep in mind, whatever you roll on this, by the way, is how much heat you generate from firing that machine gun. As well. You can just do single shot, which generates 1 heat, or you can rapid fire your machine gun, which generates D6 heat. All right, I'm gonna go grab some models real quick. All right.
Alright, grab a Hussar model, a Toro model if you haven't. Oh, you got a
Hey, well, what do you think of this?
Quite rude.
Don't have a Hussar, so
Yes, there is a Hussar model. I'm
no,
pretty sure.
no, I don't have it.
You
So
have to-
I'm gonna get you a Jenner.
I need a Jenner model.
Oh, give him the Jenner instead. I'll give you something else. Here, you can have a Raven. That's a Wasp.
My other one's a Jenner.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't mean to pink. Pain.
I don't have a Wasp. A moment. Well, we got Stinger and Javelin.
Internet is hardcore dying, I
I'll give
think.
you a Wolfhound.
My game's frozen?
There's a Javelin.
Because we're spawning.
Oh, this actually isn't that far off from a Hussar. Oops. I just put my whole bag in there.
Oh, wait.
Can you stop for a second?
I literally wanted them all emptied out, and then I'll pull them out of my hand so I can pick which one I want.
I think I want this one. Close enough. Oh. You have. Oh, I get a Wolfhound model for my Wasp.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys dragging them out?
You can search and pull them out. You don't have to drag all of
Yeah.
them out.
Why are there so many ravens?
Because I don't know which one I want.
You can just search and look at them.
Yeah, well... I didn't think about that until now. You see, the joke is, I'm actually this is 10? Sorry, no, this is 9. So I'm actually secretly a 9,000 point army, and you guys are gonna each get 90 reroll dice. But no, you only get 80.
It one for every 200.
No, it's one for every 100.
One for every 100.
Oh. I can delete these 2 bags now that I've taken from them, yeah?
Yes.
I want this one. I just have to get these off real quick so I can delete them without deleting. I could just copy this.
Alright.
So my pilot survived last
I
time.
am going to set us up.
Hold on. Let's stop moving everything so Human can actually load.
Human has a 10,000 ping, which means they're a whole second behind.
What's my ping at? Alright. Thanks for the information.
Alright, so because of how far off when we used the whole battlefield last time, we're actually going to limit ourselves. One moment. I am going to cut off this battlefield at a certain point.
I would prefer if Okay, so how many? 1, 2, 3, 4,
We
5,
can only use
6,
the
7, 8, 9, 10,
we could
11,
use
12,
just this corner.
13, 14, 15.
Oh.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24,
Okay, we're
25,
gonna use
26,
this half
27,
over.
28, 29. Yeah, if you use this half, that's acceptable. I'd prefer if we didn't get a smaller map too, because that actually just hinders just me, I think. I don't know if anyone else has my... Because the problem is, my entire mech's playstyle is around running away from the enemy whenever I can.
Yeah, I know, but it took way too long for some people to get for
Yeah, but
things to happen.
Yeah, but we all have a high movement speed now. In fact...
Yes, so doing that and cutting this map in roughly half is going to ensure that we die within the first 3 hours.
Except the problem... I'm afraid that my mech will just get immediately murdered because it's now in an environment.
Everyone will.
Cal, you don't understand. My mech's entirely designed around being 15 tiles away, and at maximum I can be 20 tiles away. There's no... before I could be at maximum 40 tiles away. I can be 20 tiles away or so maximum now.
You can still run around corners. I think you're forgetting that terrain exists. Imagine
Anyway.
using ammo.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
All right.
11, 12,
Roll for
Yeah,
initiative.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25,
Got
26,
6.
27, 28. 28 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Okay.
11, 12, 13, 14. 28 by 14. Seven.
I'm gonna roll for human because they're still lagged. Snake eyes. Okay. Wolf, pick first. Which corner of this battlefield?
Oh,
Which
this battlefield. We're not using this end?
Yeah. We're not using that end.
We're using the... So, do we delete this end then? It was not
No,
clear.
it's gonna be too much work for me to delete that entire end.
I...
I cut the battlefield in half, so it would be easier to
Give me just a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It's gonna be the same length, Wolf.
That's fair. That one's gonna be fair. That's gonna be 28. Count. It actually matters for my mech. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so slightly better. Which means I'm gonna pick... one. I have to pick one of these two sides to get the most. Actually, I could pick one of these. No, I want to pick one of these two. Yeah. I picked this side.
Nope, apparently we want to be boring. Alright, who's next?
X is me. I'll pick this side. Yeah.
Do both my mechs go on this side? Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, and then last is
Come on.
Come on, who's stopped lagging?
Yeah, we're playing on the 5. Yes, you are caught up. You need to place your mechs on the proper side. Okay. What next?
Like, we can't hear you if you're talking.
Oh, I'm not talking. I'm fixing a couple tiles. Alright. Those two are perfect. This one needs push that way, right there. Please don't move that. I had that perfect. Why did you move it? Why did you do anything to that? Please don't move anything. Okay. Alright, everyone got their position?
Yep.
Alright, now, starting with, do not touch that. Oh. Okay, that's fine. Alright, now, starting with, Human, do your first movement. You start on the edge that you started on. So, for your javelin, pick walk or run. You start on anywhere on the exact edge, either one of these hexes, and then you begin your movement like normal.
You just
We're
pick
doing
one
it slightly
robot.
differently this time for setup.
No, slightly different. It's as if you're doing a movement phase, but you deploy it in the same movement phase. Only one robot, as far as I'm aware.
Yes. So not this one yet, that's next. Oh, let me get our run dice. One moment. Search. Dun, dun.
I already have overconsumed.
All right.
The person we
There you go. Oh. All right. So, Human, do your run with your javelin whenever you get a chance, or walk, or however you're doing it. Human? You need to move. Pick either walk or run, and then move your movement for that boy. Now it's Cal's turn.
I'm gonna. How far can I? I'm gonna walk. Actually, I'm gonna jump. I can jump up squares, right?
Yes, you don't count vertical height for a jump for our version of the rules. I need to go back and reread the whole fucking rule book at some point because we've been playing this a lot more often, and it's been a while since I played, so.
Actually, hold on. I want to jump. Okay. Generate. I jumped 2, so is that 2 heat?
So will we get a movement
3
phase?
heat minimum.
3.
So will we get a movement phase here, or will it go to immediate attack phase afterwards?
It will go immediately to attack phase. This is going to be the first round.
So Locust. Okay, count on humans and there's.
Alright, now it's my turn. I'm going to run from this edge.
What does the locust represent for humans end?
It is a stinger.
Oh, so medium laser and 2 machine guns.
8.
And then on Cow's end has a wolfhound, which represents a wasp.
Yep.
Okay. And then I don't particularly like this way we're doing setup, but I'll see if I live.
6. Actually, yeah. I'm gonna run. Your turn, Wolf.
Well, the mech cow has on his end has a movement allowance of 9 running and 6 tiles if he jumps, which means depending where he starts, the theoretical furthest he could get is 9 tiles inland, which is enough to fuck with me, is with his small lasers. But He-1 is the bigger threat, so I want to stay away from them. Means I will run this way. 1, 3, 5, 6, or is that a 7?
It'd be a 7.
7,
8.
9, because I'm going, no, it's 8, yeah, because I'm going downhill. 9, G.
Oh, no.
Keep in mind, standing in trees gets you the cover from the trees.
It does.
9, 10, 11, 12. I had moved a total of 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
8.
7. I moved 7 because if you don't count the first title.
Oh, you're right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean,
You can put the Thanatos in. So you put the Thanatos into a box or bag, and then you pull it back out.
I'll get a bag.
So it is a +3. And that puts Cal at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Right.
10, 11.
Yeah, that mech.
And your other mech only has small lasers.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I got a mech
it.
that started with T, so it would be.
Personally, I don't like this way we're doing setup because it means I don't actually get the benefit of any form of initiative, which means the way it
You
is.
won initiative here.
I won initiative, but the problem is the mechs aren't on the field, so he has the capacity of covering the entire board, and the same goes for Human, which means that either way, my very fragile mech designed for being slightly outside of combat engagement.
If you want, that's fine. This will just be an initial run in.
This is a fine thing. I just don't. If we're doing this in the future, I'm going to ask that we don't do this. I'm fine with giving it a shot. There's.
I actually think, now I think about it, I think doing the initial run on and then rolling initiative is probably going to be the best thing.
Okay.
But It's humans.
Are we
turn.
doing the 3 tiles thing then, or are we gonna
No, we
stick
can
with the movement?
we can move
Keep,
in and
keep,
then we get another
keep moving in, and then we're gonna roll initiative again and move again.
So it's a free
Okay.
movement to just get somewhere on the board. That sounds actually rather more interesting.
Yeah.
So
It's
these guys
essentially
don't
I
matter.
wanted to try representing getting onto the board by walking on. Like, you don't just show up in the battlefield.
I pull up. I pull up.
Like we pull up, we pick up each other on sensors, and then the fight is on.
I pull up.
Alright.
Let's
Human.
go.
I guess.
Someone's got a mech they need to put on.
Yep.
And I have a mech I need to put on. Well, this stage doesn't matter. That's great.
Alright. Okay. Alright.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yikes.
And then run.
I don't like how long these alarms are.
1, 2, 3, 5.
Snake, can you put your Toro somewhere else? Your Toro scares me, Snake. I don't like the 21 engagement zone.
I had something
LRMs,
like that
baby.
last game. LRMs really aren't that good.
The 21 engagement zone now. That's the one scary
Yep.
part about it. Given the fact that if
But we're in long range or medium range or something.
you're in short range of me right now. Please get away from me.
I
with
meant
that wolf
okay.
hound.
Alright. So everyone
sorry,
move.
hold on. I want to.
What? Don't worry about your movement dice this turn, really, because we're rolling initiative
Do we do
immediately
heat
after.
for this?
Do heat if you manage to generate more than what you dissipate.
Wow.
Sorry, I actually alpha striked. I generated 6 heat this turn.
Is that your total heat capacity?
That it barely bypasses. I create 24 heat. I ran and I dissipate 22 heat, so I create 4 heat.
Is Tora gonna
I got
come
a
watch?
6. Maybe.
Oh, we're rolling.
7.
Yeah. 7.
Seven.
All right.
Alright, all
We
three
all-
of you roll
We all need
tiebreaker
to
dice.
roll 5.
6.
6.
6.
6.
You two need to roll
Alright,
again.
wolf after me.
No, I got a 7.
No, cow after you.
Yes. Yeah, I move first, then wolf,
No.
then we're gonna fight. Then
No, then
No.
cow. Cow got the 5.
I got the 6.
Oh.
Come on, you gotta roll. I need
roll, you fuckers.
2. No!
Alright, then wolf, then human.
Damon!
Alright, me first.
Alright, so we should take off the run dice things first.
Yes.
They all go to industrialization hell.
Check movement real quick.
The big boy.
So, Snake.
Is this your Dark Knight again, or is this something
No,
else?
this is something else. This is a Tor. It's a base thing. So, Snake, quick question. Considering we're 2 of the weakest mechs here, and we're both solo.
You're not the weakest mech. You're the strongest mechs.
We both have blue dye. That's all I'm saying.
Because I took 2 mechs.
So, Snake, considering we're both soloing this, and that they have a 4 mech advantage, or combined it'd be a 1v5 for both of us. Do you want to make it a 2v4?
Well, my plan was to try to bap you in the head with LRMs and instantly kill you.
That would not be nice.
Do it. Do it.
Snake, you see, instantly removing me from a 3-hour game would not be a very funny thing.
It won't be 3 hours.
It won't be 3 hours then.
Yeah, instantly removing me from a 2-hour game would not be very funny.
I don't think it'll be 2 hours after that.
I did not. Okay, so
Wolf, how about this, Wolf? How about negotiate with the guy with 2 mechs near you, rather than the guy with like a
But
plus
sure,
10
Wolf,
to hit?
I'm not gonna. I won't fire at you if you don't fire at me until the end.
Sounds fair.
Man's gonna shoot me instead. This is so sad.
All right, but what I'm actually gonna do, because I have to move first,
Yep.
is I'm gonna walk.
Yo, you're
Probably.
gonna take
Let me
a-
check.
Human, I have a
1, 2,
14
3,
running
4.
speed. You can't outpace me. This thing's designed to literally run away at the first sight of an enemy getting close. You got a jump of 6. I have a run of 14. Even if I have to rotate, running in a straight line will get me at least 10. Sorry, at least 8.
Where'd my dice go? Okay, I'm gonna run. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Human, both of your
5,
ranges... Human, you have a...
6.
Human, my range is
7, 8.
14.
9.
Sorry, my range is 15, Human.
You're going up a depth and into the forest. So that'd be 3, right?
Shut up. That's
9.
not a lot of wasted action points. It is grand total of 3 wasted action points, Human. You can't keep telling me
I'll
there's
do here.
You are
1,
Human, you're
2,
just scared.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Okay, that gets me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movement on a run.
Human is running scared.
Alright, then it's Cow.
Hey, I noticed you're coming to attack me and knock out the one with actually like an amount of armor. Kind of sad, but actually there's like, does my trees count for the visibility?
Yeah.
We can't.
Not this
we
one
can't.
though. This one is not going to count for visibility purposes.
Okay, so we
You
can
don't count
see
your
each
own
other.
trees for your visibility either. But it's because you're so high.
Yeah, so
We're only counting
2.
1 tree each.
Or yeah, 1 tree each. Well, that's a shame. Alright, so I rotated.
Alright. Wolf, I believe it's your turn.
No, it goes Cow first.
Yeah, Cow just did his thing.
Well,
I only do 1 movement at a time.
I'm having to deal with Human trying to scare the shit out of me. By the way, Human, no. A level 1 like this will only block legs.
Yeah.
Also, one of Human's mechs just disappeared.
Base.
Can we rewind time a little bit? Because Human's mech was like right here and it's gone now.
Probably in the air or something.
Well, that doesn't answer my question of can we rewind time to save it.
No, I'm not going to rewind time. It was a...
But the positioning also matters. Human, where was your mech? I think it was here?
Put that there for now. One moment, I'm grabbing it again. It was
proper height. Proper height.
Well, I don't particularly like Cow being here, and I don't like the fact that he has movement stored.
The Locust.
Oh, then move.
He has a, you have a movement of 9 if you run. Well, you see, Cow?
Did you look at the Jennifer or the Wasp?
It's the Jenner.
Oh, you have the 9 here, Cow. Yep. So I'm going to declare a walk action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I am going to walk backwards 1. That is 1 point. 3, 4, 5, 6,
7,
7, 8, 9.
Didn't you enter rough terrain, so that takes an extra one?
Yeah, that's actually 2. You have to go. You're one
7,
less.
8. There you go. Or 9. And that is a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How far do I have to walk for a...
10 away.
I have to walk 7 for a +2 or +3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, you could. And I die, so there's no actually good solution here.
Human.
Human can just kill me this turn.
I mean,
Actually, no.
a great shot.
1, 2,
There's trees in the way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Alright,
7,
Human, it's Human's time to move.
8, 9. Okay. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So, Snake, we gonna shoot each other?
Maybe, maybe not. Do you know?
Okay. I'd prefer not to fight you, but
I mean, if Cal, something you tend to do that I don't recommend is splitting your mechs. I really don't recommend that.
yeah, I agree. It's not a great idea, but also I think it's
It is
funny
movement turn,
to rush.
Human.
Yeah, Human, it's your movement turn. Pick one, move it.
Pick the other one you didn't move and move it. No, pick the one you... Yeah, pick one and move it.
Why can't I zoom in any closer to the thing to read it? There a button to descend camera?
You can alt and then you can hit alt and then scroll wheel up.
No, I did just scroll wheel normally.
Yeah, but you can hit alt to
I'll
zoom in on an object. Unless it's the rules, in which you can't zoom in that.
True.
Human, what are you doing?
Mom. Okay. They did that.
What did they do?
They didn't move, apparently. They gave you your back. Oh, no. How much did you move? 4. Okay. Now it's my second move,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a move of 9. I'm going to run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, I didn't want to stop there. 9. I ran 8. Alright, that's all the movement. Now it's Human. Oh no, wait, Human's got one more. Oh wait, I need to defeat boss. Do you want me to get a number for you?
I gotta be right back. I gotta empty a lizard.
Okay. Well, you are last to shoot, so. Alright. That move phase. Human. Are you gonna kill me or kill Wolf?
Oh, did Human move? Human, that's an illegal move. You couldn't have reached
Did
there.
not move.
Oh no, Cow, you moved to me. That's the Wolfhound moving to me. Fuck you, Cow.
Yes. Wolf, you get to shoot before me. Calm down. This is the object of the game.
No, the issue is, Cow, I just don't like this map.
Wolf, this thing has a range of 3.
Yes, Cow, let me explain, please. This mech isn't designed to survive being in this close, no matter what weaponry you have. The whole getting the map cut in half means I can't run. Anyone within, like, here, and anyone, like, this way here.
She doesn't have a good... you are in long range for her.
Cal, please, let me explain. Anyone here to here means I am stuck to this back rank. Anyone in the middle here means I am stuck to the sides. My movement can be easily locked to literally a square by standing here.
Okay. This is what you designed your robot as.
I designed it for... Stop saying it's a skill issue. It's literally... Please, let me explain. It's literally the map choice being cut in half that did this.
We cut it in half so it wouldn't take 4 hours, so everyone could shoot.
I did. I literally complained that this... that would throw my mech into a thing it's not designed about. And nobody seemed to have a problem with it other than me.
You're saying you're not shooting, Human? You said you're not shooting. Okay. Wolf, it's your shoot.
The reason I'm waiting... Snake actually knows the rules. I'm waiting for Snake. That's literally...
For under minimum range, it is 6 minus whatever, however close I am. 2 away, so...
I don't have... There's no minimum
penalty
range.
of 4.
I don't have minimum range.
For long? Oh, I looked at the wrong one. Sorry, I looked at his on accident.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm literally...
Okay.
I don't want to do an accidentally illegal move, Cal.
I don't care.
I do.
I
care a little bit.
A 4 penalty to hit me. So 7 to hit.
Why do I have a 4 penalty?
Because 3 from me and 1 from you.
Yeah.
And there's no visual blockage unless the rocks somehow block. In which case it'd be 8.
Alright. Well, Human didn't shoot. It's now my end. Cal's calculated it to be 7. If you could take a look at it real quick. He's probably right, but can you take a look at it real quick?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't think the rocks provided cover for the rough terrain.
Rocks don't. They're terrain bits, so they slow you down, but they...
So yeah, 7 to hit.
Would it be a 7 to hit?
2 plus 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it would be a 7 unless there are anything else. Do you have a minimum range?
Nope.
No, he does
so
not.
Alpha Strike on Cow. First off that, and then I go up to create a grand total with this of 8 plus 8 plus 8 is 21. No, it's
So
20.
Here's the thing, Snake, to explain why I had that one run off, because it is less than 400, and it has a minimum range of 3, or a maximum range of 3.
So is 25? So 8 times 3 is 24, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So I'm Alpha Striking Cow. First one hits. I'm gonna roll the other 2 because they're all large lasers. Second one does not hit. Third one does not hit.
I get a hit location on my front.
6. It's not your front.
6 hit my right torso.
Oh, it is
It
your
is
front.
my front.
It is.
My
8
right
damage
torso.
to your right torso.
Okay. Alright,
Does
you
not
strip
go
the
internal.
armor. Nope. Oh wait. Yes. That's the Jennifer. This is the Wasp.
Oh, it does go internal. Roll critical.
That's you.
Give me a second.
6 small lasers, jeez.
Yup, that's all I got.
I hit your right torso. You marked off your left.
Oh, sorry, you're right. 3, 3. Okay, so 2 internal.
That 6, no critical.
Alright. It is my shoot phase.
Alright.
I'm going to fire on you at medium distance with 6
Which
medium
means
lasers.
it is a 9 to
9
hit.
to hit.
Alright. Miss.
7.
Hits.
10.
Roll the other 4, please.
No, other 7.
It's
Oh wait, no,
6.
you're right. 4. Yeah. Miss. 3 more.
Oh yeah, the
Miss.
movement change does say that going down costs an extra point, by the way.
Does.
Yep.
Ah,
Miss. Last one.
it's whatever.
Miss.
How many hit?
Alright. 1.
Alright,
It's going
depending on
to
where
be-
you hit, you'll strip off one of my armors, or kill me.
8.
Well, you stripped off something. I think it's my center, my right torso you've hit? Or my left?
Your left torso. 8 is center torso.
8 is, no, you're hitting my center front. Are you
Okay.
Are you hitting my, is 8 center torso for front?
8 is left torso.
Alright, you stripped off all but one armor for my left torso.
Alright. And then how much heat is that? That is 3 heat.
No, it's
Dang.
6 heat. You fired 2. You fired all of them.
2 for 1.
No, it's read down at the bottom.
Oh, okay. 6 heat.
Is now
And
Snake's
then
phase.
I'm going to
never
let's see, I can't hit human. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna get fucked if Snake shoots at me. That's that. Snake, it's your turn.
Oh, did you fire your Jenner at me?
Nope.
Yep. Did you have range?
Probably, yeah. I probably have range on you. It has a large laser.
Wait, your Jenner?
Yeah, my Jenner. It has 1 large laser.
Wow. Yeah, you have range.
Now, I know. I didn't fire.
Not yet, or just not at all?
I didn't. It's your turn.
Okay. Alright. Well, I like mashing metal, even if you don't.
That's fair.
So,
You can,
how many tiles away are we?
I don't know.
1,
Decent
2,
amount.
3, 4, 5, 6. 6 tiles. That is 1 less than my minimum, so that's +1. That's a 4.
And a +3 and a +1 from forest.
4.
Oh no, I'm
plus
in a forest, and there's a forest in the
6.
way. No, never mind.
7.
Forest.
So it's gonna be a 7 total.
Great.
Alright,
So I'm
2
gonna
sets
get
of LRMs. 1 hit.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm alpha striking, by the way.
Hit.
4, 5, 6, 7.
That's 7.
2 hits. And the medium laser, it is 6 away. Which is in the short range. The PPC is in the short range distance. So it just needs a 6
I moved your
because
dice
it's
back
not.
over towards your face.
It just needs a 6. Which also
Great.
hits.
Cool. Fun.
So that's 16 heat.
You dissipate 10.
Yep, that means I'll have to deal with 6 heat next turn. Works for me. Alright, so first I'm going to resolve that PPC, hitting at the 8 location, and that is
Front.
front.
8 on front is left torso.
Okay.
Cool.
And then for my missiles, I've got 5, 6, 7, 8 on a 5. 8 on a 5 is
Again?
3.
What?
3 are going into the 6.
6
which
is my right torso.
3 there.
Okay. 3 damage.
2. It's gonna be 2. 2 go into the 5 center torso.
5 is my right leg.
2 damage there.
Alright.
2 damage went internal on the left torso. It's a 10 damage gun.
You only listed that it did. What?
When I did the first gun, the PPC
Okay.
into the left
It went
torso.
internal, roll critical.
Crit chance.
You don't need to roll critical. It's his left torso. It hits one of the 2 jump jets.
No,
What?
I need crit chance.
Oh,
He didn't.
Yeah, that's why I thought he was rolling for the actual. Figure out where would he get? What did he
Cool,
get?
but he hit it.
I got 1, so it hits a jump jet. Even is odd is number 1, even is number 2. Odd it's number 2.
Why do I draw so big?
Yeah, we didn't draw
I
this
don't
big
know.
last time.
Okay. I'm going to do it. Go. Part of my confusion was you only stated it did 8 damage when.
I said it hit you in the 8.
Okay.
Just left torso.
Anyway. That's the round. Is it not?
Alright. Roll for initiative.
9.
10. 8. 4. So I go last. Oh no, yeah, I go last. Remove these. Throw them back into the urban hell. No, low is worse for this.
For moving, he goes last. For shooting, he goes first.
I gotta clear 10 heat.
Yeah, that's why getting the highest is the best. I got a 10.
Need to clear my heat.
I need to clear my heat.
You just lowered, so simply going to. Oh, I'm going to run.
I've made the Dice Tower of Babel.
Can you run backwards?
No, you have to turn to run
No,
backwards.
yeah, right. Gotta run. 1, 2. Not that way. I want to go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3,
4.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No.
Maybe.
Yes.
Oh, I just.
Do I have line of sight on?
Oh.
I'm too high? Yes, I do.
Are you sure that it rotates? By the way, Snake, the movement.
What do you mean?
Are you sure that movement rotates? I had this thought beforehand. Considering I've been using it, it doesn't matter right now. But that if movement rotates, having multiple mechs just objectively becomes better. Because even if you win initiative,
No, there is a for right now we're not having enough mech disparity to have an effect, but there is a rule for unequal mech movement. So let's say he had 3 mechs and he had to go before you. He has to move 2 of his mechs and then you move your mech.
I don't get why, because that means even if I win initiative, he still gets some strategic ability over me.
That's because numbers are an advantage. Generally you try to play with even mechs, but we're not always doing that. The game is difficult to balance and there is a.
But I realize this now because I'll explain it when it's my turn. Humon's turns first. Actually, I'll explain it right now. I can't run away from Cow's mech. Cow gets to move after I move here. So no matter which way I run, I can't both get in a position to shoot him.
Yes, that happens. That is a part of this game.
But
wait, did I have cover on my legs from this?
No, because I was at an angle where we weren't even bothering with that.
Yeah.
Because I had full view from that position of your entire mech. Yeah, but from that position I had full view of your entire mech. Same way on mine.
Oh yeah, true. You're right. Okay.
Humon, it's your turn.
Anyway, it's a human turn this time.
They're shoving them in here.
I've been shoving them in here. I shove literally everyone's in here. They go to urban hell.
Five, 6, 7. Yep. He just did that. Pretty average, if not above average. He had to turn around basically to do that. And then he repositioned to face my way again, so I wouldn't have a back shot on side shot. 1. Didn't move. Oh, I got this. Okay, well.
I don't know if there's any list of movements that actually benefits me is the problem. You can run 9, right? With this wasp?
Something like that.
You can run 9. There is at most 9 movement possibilities this way, and 7 this way. There is no way that I can run in a straight line. The keyword there being in the straight line and not get somewhere in your range. So I can't disengage from this combat.
Mm-hmm.
Which... And Human still has a mech here that they could easily turn to face me. Because they both have 2 mechs and they get to go after me. So...
Right, but you have half cover and a tree in a way and at like medium or long range.
They can also run 9, which means they get to close the gap
they could.
somewhat.
But then they run into the problem that I'm having against him of splitting their mechs.
Yeah. I declare a run, which means which means that if I alpha strike this turn, I will overheat. And then I turn 1. 1, 2, 3, 4.
No.
5.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You turned.
There, yep. 7, 9, 10, 11. Somebody's hand's in the way. I actually cannot go to that tile. It won't let me. Hands are in the way. You have to disable hands in the server menu. There we go. It was facing this way. So that was what, 10?
Yep.
10. Well, now... 11, 12... 13, 14. So I ran from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Alright. Just gonna check. Yep, it is 9. Going to declare a run. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9.
All right.
And Human has 1 move.
Does that go through the tree? It goes on the edge of the tree.
I have my tree cover, but this one wouldn't be protected.
It's on the edge of it. Alright.
I am going to eject out for a minute. I need to fix some things over here.
Over where?
Out of this round. You guys keep playing. My computer's acting funky. If I have to close down the server and open it back up, I'll let you know. I'll make sure to save so that we don't get stuff lost.
Come on, make your move.
He just said he's done. That's all.
For now, if we continue, I don't know if I'll be able to play tonight, but my mouse is acting really weird, and it's hard for me to do
Going
anything
back.
with it.
Well, why are you? Who? Okay. Well, great. Now I'm gonna be.
Not really. Being real here, my mech has maybe 2 more turns. After that, you guys...
Or you destroy me.
Even if I destroy you here, you have 6 lasers, and you get a, It is going to be a 9 to hit, and if you hit literally...
It's gonna be an 8 to hit you, and 9 to hit me.
Why would it be an 8?
You don't have tree cover. I do. Oh no, but I have the range penalty.
Yep.
Both of you get this heavy tree, by the way. Both of you.
Oh, so neither of us can.
Both of you can claim that heavy tree is in the way when you're getting shot at. So that's a +2 to both your shots.
Okay, so
Cal can't hit. I can barely hit. If I've done my math.
Well, I think I have to roll 12 to hit you. 4
+3, +2, +4,
5.
+4. Sorry.
Okay,
+2.
I was trying to do math, Wolf. Yeah, I have to roll 12.
No, you don't have to roll a 10.
3, 6.
Oh, +2
8,
again.
+2,
Yep.
+2.
There's 3 +2s. Yep, I forgot. You have to roll 12, and then I have to roll a 2 plus 2
8
plus
+1 +2. 11.
Where's the +1 coming from?
Trees.
That's the
tree he's in.
2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3, which is 11.
11.
All right.
So
the trees have made it, so I only have 1 more I have to roll to hit you.
So in circumstances where it crosses right on the line in between 2 hexes, the defender may choose which hexes it travels through.
Wait a second.
In that instance.
And we're both going to choose the heavy one.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Human, have you moved?
Wait.
Yes, you have. Okay. It's
Thanks.
gun turn.
Yar?
Then, say, for example, I'm here. Yeah?
I can't see you right now because I'm not...
Alright, I'll stream. If I stream, would you be able to see it?
No. I'm literally not
streaming.
next to my computer right now because, again, I'm
Okay.
trying to fix some stuff.
Alright, so...
no, because I'm too low.
No,
So
this isn't a hypothetical. If I'm standing here, and there's someone where you put this dice, could I just choose it's going through the level 2 and say you can't hit?
Okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
What?
It still has to be a valid shot.
But okay, but if there's a level 0 and a level 2, and it's the diagonal between the Cal sees exactly what I'm talking
this
about.
is for the purposes of claiming cover. And
not claiming possibility.
Not shot blocker. It's for the defensive or the 2-hit negative.
All right. So, Human, have you moved?
Yes.
All right.
So
well,
it's your shoot.
I declare that I'm going to fire 2 large lasers at Cal.
Okay, we calculated 11 or 12 for you. Miss. I need only 5 and 6. Miss.
Cal goes next.
I declare an alpha strike. I have to get 12.
Amazing.
Miss.
I have 2 wires that split 1 wire into 2 wires, and then 1 wire that combines 2 wires to 1 wire in between them.
Miss.
So I can turn 1 wire to 2 wires, but extremely far away.
Miss. None of my hit.
Alright, human, what are you doing?
And then I have my other robot,
Can't
which
do anything. It has no valid
can
target.
see human.
It doesn't have a valid target on human. It's out of your
Yes, it
range.
does.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Do you have something with a range of 16 on that mech?
It has one large laser.
That large laser is a range of 15.
I'm gonna count it because I don't necessarily count yours. I trust yours more.
What do you mean? You don't necessarily trust me anymore.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. No, I said count. Trust yours, as in I want to count on my own. Accidentally turned human. It's self-valid. It's like if I counted it, you'd still want to count it on your own.
Okay.
Well,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
yeah, it
You
is
guys are way
16
more
away.
competitive at this than I am.
You've put an autistic person with a. You've given an autistic person a rule book.
Fair. I can actually give you guys the actual rulebook if you ever want to go read
No,
them.
you don't want to give me that much power. I will then read the real rule book. At this
Okay.
point, I just
Human,
understand the
it is
rules based
your
off what you
turn
told
to
me.
shoot.
Yeah, but I'm on crack, remember?
Yeah, but that means that as an autistic person, I don't
Alright,
have to worry
cool.
about the rules. You. All right.
You miss?
To be fair, 90% of the rules are up on that table over there. That's floating in the middle of the screen. Like a good 90% of them are over there.
All right. Dissipate heat. I'll roll my initiative.
Okay.
11.
11. Oh, okay.
3.
That's great.
Unless you want to
3.
roll it again, I don't mind.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't
You
matter.
You saw the pain.
My initiative doesn't matter. Either way, you have one robot near me that you can choose to ignore, and you have a robot far away
11.
from me that you can close the distance with.
And then human, what's yours?
You have an 11 as well? All right.
Yeah, I do. Let's just roll our contest. 3 and
Either way, it doesn't matter. You
2.
already get to move.
Alright, human, what's your initiative? 7. Alright. Human, move.
Human moves a mech. I move my mech. Both of you close the distance.
One, 3, 4, 5. You move to. I got this. All right, my turn.
No, it's my turn. I lost.
Oh,
the
you're
contest.
right.
And seeing how I already know your next move is going to be touching this and then turning it to go towards me, because that's the only good move for you. Actually, no. It doesn't matter. Either way, you know where I'm going. So actually, your move.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't matter. So that's gonna be 1.
Oh, okay. So I was right.
2.
I remembered there was something about this. The unequal numbers of mechs movement phase.
Yep.
Wolf.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like his rules don't matter yet because we're still playing it with the old ones.
Yeah,
Well,
but
also,
now
I
we know. I now know
1,
this rule for next
2,
time.
3. Actually, that's not even a good option. There's no good options here. 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
Okay.
14. 1, 2,
So-
3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Wait. You know what? You've just killed me.
Why?
You hit me at all, you hit my rear right now.
I can't get in range.
You can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's long range, but you hit me at all here, you kill me. So I assume that's going to be your move, because that's going to be the only objective you've got.
Yeah, I guess that's the only move
You could move. You could turn 6. You could turn 9.
I could turn 9.
So
But I also don't want to die to human.
So I was here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I ran 11 this turn. Thank God. That's going to give me a slight chance.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And I do think you're in the arc that I can shoot you in. No, I can't.
No.
I actually just can't shoot you either. So, Frank, so what are these rules, Snake? Regarding unequal mech things? But my lasers are on my head and torsos. Snake, what are these unequal mech rules?
1,
It's pretty straightforward.
3.
If one side has at least twice the number of mechs as another,
I walk.
it moves 2 mechs instead of 1.
That doesn't sound strategically sound. Well,
So
okay, I guess on any level, no, that just doesn't sound sound. Because if you have 3 mechs and the other person has 1 mech, and rolling initiative doesn't matter. So they always get a tactical advantage of at least 1 mech getting to have the initiative win.
it's
Plus 3. I have
what you do is get to an easy ratio, such as, so let's say one side has 9 mechs, the other side has
3?
3, yeah. So for
I'm
every
going to
1 mech
Alpha
the
Strike.
side that has 3 has, the other side would move 3. So I would move 1, the other guy would move 3.
Hold on, before I do this.
Or the other guy would move 3 and I would move 1.
Did Human move? With the other one? You just skipped Human's turn and went straight to the shoot phase.
You're right. Human, move.
I can't hit you, but you have a... You actually physically can't shoot me, Cal.
I can shoot you.
No, 3
I have
bait.
a 9 to hit you.
No, you don't. +4 from this, +2 from this.
6 plus 3, 9.
No, +3 because you're in long range.
Plus 3, 12.
It's
Okay.
4 for long range.
So +4, yeah. No,
Alright,
it's a
yeah.
13, which means you physically can't shoot me with this thing.
Cool. So I was right. What do you need? Human. Okay, that.
Jump. And the thing is, you're now all focusing on my light mech. So, I don't know. There's no way for me to do anything here. There's no way for me to have board control.
You can hit me in the back right now, can't you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, well, yeah.
7, 8, 9, 10,
You have
11, 12.
I have a 3
13,
from
14,
you.
15.
I have a 2, 5 through 2 trees. Does 2 trees add more than 1 tree?
Yes. Each tree you pass through adds 1.
Oh, okay. So 2, 4 plus 3, 7 plus 3 more is 10. And then
Plus 3 from the...
what's your range? All right. Cool. Is no one shooting this round?
I guess.
Alright. Let's roll initiative. Dissipate heat, everyone. This is my initiative. My initiative is 7. 7. And get this.
6.
6. Alright.
Server's having some problems, I think. Oh, I'm lagging.
We're all dying. Oh.
2, 5. Okay, Cal. Whew.
Human, it is your turn to move.
3,
Your
4.
first guy.
No. Oh, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I'm fucked. I think I am at least. 1, 3, 4,
Okay.
5, 6, 9. No, sorry, 8, 9. Okay, so you can at max get here if you do this type of action. And I don't know what else you'd be able to do. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What's your actual range with this thing? That's a Jenner.
15.
Woo!
It's the same weapon you have, but 3 of them.
Yeah, I know.
And you wanted to play your Hussar. That's why I have 2.
I wanted to. I'm going to restate this. I wanted to play Hussar on a larger map. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Arguably, this is the better half for you.
Yes.
This side is completely closed off. Here, here, here,
Yes.
here,
I get that,
here.
Cal. But the defense I make, the argument I make is my movement is literally if I go in a straight line, like the entire vertical board this way, which has been happening. I've been running from one side of the board to the other in an attempt to get out of your range.
Right, but it's not an Irby derby, so we don't move 4 spaces. The average is what? 6? 5?
Which is why my run of 14 was meant to be a little bit beneficial in that regard. It's a 5 more than your run.
Right.
Which means that I would escape most of your short range, at least get to your medium range. And no, your mech can't have different. It can have different.
If you run past the mech, they will have to turn around to run at you. Meaning that you're going to eat at least 3 of their movements of them turning around.
And that's what I've been doing, except I've now reached the end of the board. Again. For what is the 3rd time, I think? I could just pull my cord. Going around the hill human opens me up to this mech. And at that point, I then get pincered between them.
No, pincered between...
I get pincered between 4... Yeah,
me.
I get pincered between 4 mechs because all of you know that...
This guy wouldn't be able to do jack squat.
Oh. I get pincered between 4 mechs that can penetrate me because my armor is literally the size of nothing for the intent of...
If you go here, I might not have a view arc on you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10...
No, I'm
11,
saying
12.
you wouldn't be in sight. Not that I would have range.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
10, but yeah. And
no,
then you're...
10? Oh, yeah.
Because you turned. You turned.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. 10. 11? Wait, what? Oh, I counted I counted it wrong. It would be 1. I started here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What? I'm losing my mind. Started here. 1,
Yes.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, no, that is a 10. I'm at 10 now.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Glad we quadruple checked or whatever.
9, 10.
Your tree coverage.
11.
Your legs are immune.
Do I want
You
that?
have double tree cover from human, I'd argue.
No.
Yes, because it's directly in line.
No, I was asking which way I want to be facing. And 1, 2, 3. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, you can't get in range, I don't think.
What about me? Listen.
Yeah, that concludes my turn, which is then I moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which gives me my run die.
Kinda is what it is. I declare a walk. I move 2, 3, 4.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So medium range, sorry, long range for both of us. Alright.
Oh, whoops. Yep. Move 1, and then I'll move my other. Alright. My last move. Is that the correct side for you?
Don't forget to do heat if you haven't. I haven't. If you walk, it's 1. If you run, it's 2. So what are you going to do, Cal?
Oh, by the way, my computer more or less crashed Tabletop Sim, but it sounds like the server is still up, so I'm not going to try to fix it until after you guys are done with your match.
3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. I ran. I am in medium range for my lasers. I don't think you realize this whole bot was supposed to be a suicide run immediately. One, two, three, 4.
No, that's not right, Human. You have a grand total of 15 shots before running out. SRM 6 is the amount of shots the amount of missiles it fires in one shot. It fires in bursts of 6. You have 30 bursts of 6 and 2 SRMs. How is detonating ammo calculated? The number of missiles fired per shot, the amount. Yes, it would be 30 times 6 because you have 30 rounds of 6-round bursts, times 2 because it's your damage. And then is there an extra times 2 because it's detonating inside of you? Or, no, there's no explosion for the detonation, I don't think. Snake, is there? Maybe I should design a mech designed around 24 tile jumps. Snake, can I have the program to make up a custom mech? Snake is dead, isn't he?
Oh, I'm here. I'm just not paying as much attention because I can't actually move in the game at all.
Yeah, so Snake,
I noticed.
Can I have the program?
Oh, you're moving?
Which one?
the one to make a custom mech. I want to know if it's feasible to
Oh.
create a mech designed around 24 tile jumps.
Good luck.
So as you know,
you'd need to dedicate 24 tons worth of jump jets to that, but sure.
each jump jet requires a ton to make it to jump once. I can't give it like special jump jets.
Depends on the size of your mech, but yeah.
All right. So
Hey, what happened to my jumping once I lose a jump jet?
it gets cut.
You reduce your jump amount by the amount of jets you lost.
Okay, so 1.
Right.
And the name of the program is Mega Mech Lab. You can download it from their website.
Are we done with the movement phase, or are we now in the gun phase?
Yes.
All
I
right.
gun first.
Gun.
I am going to attempt to blast Humon's Javelin with 6 lasers. The laser is at
They're on
medium range.
GitHub. The SourceForge one is no longer updated.
Do I want the stable release or the development release?
Stable release. The last one is stable is 0.48.0 stable.
Yep.
The development snapshots
Should be
don't
8.
function unless you have like the dev version of Java. Which is fucking stupid.
We agree that is 8 to hit. 2 plus the 2 from range is 4, plus the 2 is 6. It's not 8, it's 9.
It is 9. Thank you, cow.
Hit. I'm rolling for all of the lasers before I roll damage. Miss.
Miss.
Miss. Miss.
9.
6.
Hit.
Hit.
He needs 9
And
to hit.
oh, I need 9. I have 6 lasers. One more. Miss. Alright, 2 hit.
2 hit in
This
the
is facing center.
Yep.
Oh,
Alright, ready?
keep in mind, Wolf, when you're making your mech, you'll see tech level. And tech base. Tech base is inner sphere, and tech level is standard.
Well,
we're not going to be generating mechs of any other type than those two. Everything else is adjustable and
center
legal.
torso 4.
So I really don't feel like looking at the rules for mask right now. So if you want to do that, feel free.
And center torso 10.
That is center torso 4 and 10. 4 is right arm, 10 is left arm.
You take 3 damage to each of those, Human, on your javelin.
Left and right arm, yep.
What do you think of my suicide bot? Alright, that generated 6 heat, and I ran, so I'm up to 8 heat. Well, you lost armor, which is dangerous when I can now snipe you.
So what are you going to do with your other robot?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That medium or long range? Not mine.
Is there any penalty for rotating your torso? There is not, right?
No. Torso rotation just simply offsets your firing arc.
Station. Human, your guns are staged left turn. Oh wow, yeah, your arms do nothing. Your arms on the javelin literally do nothing. That is just extra tonnage. You can remove arms. Why is that a robot?
Removing arms does not add extra remove tonnage. We figured this out before. 7, 8, I wanted to remove my arms and my my hand actuators. It did not actually. It would not actually have done anything.
Well, Wolf.
Yeah.
Human's the bigger threat. So see this as a sign of respect.
Oh, also, you're limited on the amount of jump jets you can have based off the size of your engine. You can only have a maximum of your walk speed in jump jets.
Damn! Motherfucker! So wait a second. There's something that can
tender hit Human
there's something that can
in
walk.
The back.
There's something that could walk 24.
The side.
Snake.
Not that I know of.
There's a
But
how.
Miss.
All right, I'm going to do mine next because I was the second highest in initiative. So I am going to turn my torso and fire on Human. This will be blocked by the light trees, which is a +2 because I ran. It'll be a +2 because I ran, +1 because I'm firing through a light tree, and a +2 because they walked 5. Given
Are you
all
not firing through 2 light trees?
give me a second. I am. So this is a Human. I am literally a tiny thing that has been bullied this entire game. Don't you dare call me a meanie for this. You literally were moving closer to me. I was stuck to this position because you guys were pincering me. Alright, that would move through 2 trees, you're right, which would be a +2. I could fire at you instead, Cal, but I don't want to. So that would be a +2 and it's medium distance, so I actually physically can't hit. I take it back. +2.
You sure?
So +2 from... Okay, that's... I did not mean to roll that. +2 from this.
5, 7, at medium distance, 9, 12. Oh, but the trees. Yeah, you can't hit.
2 + 2 from medium range, 4. 2 trees, 6. 7. 3. That goes to 10. Actually, I can hit.
Plus the walk of 2, right?
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't include the walk of 2.
So
That would
12.
be 12. I can hit, barely. This is an alpha strike.
Miss. Miss.
Human.
It's a 1 in 12. It's a 1 in 36 chance. So it is what it is, Human. Alright, Human. Blast my little thing to bits. Do it. With what robot? Alright. The calculation is 2 plus another 3. It is 6. You have... And then what are your weapons? Your weapons are... Which is... Yeah, you're within short range, so no range penalty. So it is 6 to hit me.
Oh, there's also like a rule for heat sinks in the legs.
Which is?
If you are standing in water, any heat sink that would be covered by water dissipates double heat. So if you have heat sinks in your legs and you stand in depths 1, which would put your leg heat sinks in the water, they dissipate double the heat.
Whoa.
What?
She wants you to confirm that it is 6 to hit.
Sorry, 2 SRMs, short range. You walked, he ran. +1 from that, +1 from that. Short range does not give you a negative.
Plus 2.
Oh,
Oh, no, 1. Oh, it's only plus... Sorry, it's 5 then.
yeah, it would be 5. It would be 5.
Sorry, I was reading my accuracy. Alright, 5 it is. You probably will hit. Yep, that's the first
Roll
one.
the second one first, please.
Nope,
It's not a crit. Please just read.
that's not how crits work.
Just roll. What a crit means that you do chances to do damage to the internal components rather than just the internals. By doing damage to internal components, you can cause an early. That is rolled afterwards when you have confirmed whether or not you have gone internal.
You need to hit my inner bit.
Human,
Otherwise, armor takes it all.
Human, please just roll your other SRM first before we roll the clusters channel. Just roll it. Make sure that both hit. Both hit. Okay, now roll me 2d6 twice. 8 and 6. 8 is a Okay, so first one does 4, second one does 4. Now these are launched in batches of 2, so roll me 1d6 at a time. Sorry, 2d6, and tell me where it lands. Cal, just watch it. I'll tell you where they go.
This is my boss.
Which one is this? Which side is that? It's your front. Okay. So Cal,
Yep.
so come on, please type out where it lands. First one lands in your center torso.
All right, 2 damage.
That's 4 damage in your. There's 4 damage in your center torso. 2 missiles.
I thought
hit.
it was batches of 2.
It's batches of 2, but each missile does 2 damage. These are SRMs.
What the I just got shitty fucking things then. Okay.
The LRMs
Alright, cool.
are the ones that fire in batches larger.
Yep. Go.
LRMs
Next.
fire in a larger batch, but they only do 1 damage per missile. SRMs are a smaller grouping, but they do 2 damage per missile because
they're size 6.
They're size 6. They fire 6 missiles in a burst, but each burst is in clusters of 2. So now please roll another 2d6. Tell me where it lands. Type it out. 9. Cal, you take 4 damage to the left leg. Roll the next one. Cal, you then take another 4 damage into the right arm. Human, I'm reading this. You can just roll, please.
Next.
So your missiles.
More damage to the left leg.
Alright.
Does that go internal?
She went internal.
Roll
Yep.
2d6 for me. What's the value? 7 does not do any
Nothing.
critical. Yep.
So you'll see that there's 2 main sets of missiles: 2, 4, 6,
That's it.
5, 10, 15, and 20. The missiles of each type hit in the same location in the grouping that they are. So the minimum grouping, which is 2 and 5 for each type.
Alright, it's your Stinger's turn. Declare an actual action.
Do I run Mega Mech Lab or the Mega Mech?
Mega Mech Lab
What is
is
Mega
what you
Mech?
want.
Okay. Medium laser.
Mega Mech Lab is the one you want. Is this one exactly here? I'm just gonna message it to you.
It
Wolf.
is medium range.
This is the zip you want to
2
download.
I've already gotten it.
plus 2 plus 1.
Yep.
So that is 5 plus 3 is 8. And there's no advantage or disadvantage to being a level higher when someone's shooting you, right?
There is no advantage or disadvantage. Yep.
I think that's 8, but Wolf, would you like to run through it with me?
Give me a second. The Stinger ran, so it's a +2 there. What is it firing with?
This is medium range.
It is firing. Is it an 8 with a large laser, or what? What is it?
Medium laser.
Medium laser. That would be long range. If it's an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, it's medium range. Medium range. So it is a +2, +2, plus a 1, +3. So it is 8. Yep.
Alright, you need an 8 to hit. You hit. Alright, roll where you hit.
Oh, also, Wolf, when you're designing your
Give
own
me a
custom mech,
number.
the 3 things that need to stay the same are tech base intersphere, tech level standard, and motive type biped. You don't generally want to get in the tripod and quadruped rules. Those are.
Okay, that goes internal.
I mean, they're not that different. It's just the same as the main one, but it's weird for doing a 3-legged mech when you're determining to hit.
You rolled 8.
Or hit location.
It's on my front.
You know
I
what?
guess you could do a quad mech if you really wanted
This
to.
is my
The quad mechs don't have really any
I can only dedicate 11 things of armor to
Yes, roll crit.
11 tons of armor, or would it like is there a thing I'm missing here?
7, no
What do you
crit.
mean?
Are you telling me I can't dedicate more to the to my armor?
Alright, that's that.
You're gonna have a maximum amount of armor based off your tonnage of the mech. The higher your
Here
tonnage, the
he-
more armor you can have.
You
So
tell-
a 100-ton mech can have up to 19.5 tons of armor.
I was going to have a 50-ton mech. Now, it can mean told I can only have 11 things in it.
Here.
Yeah.
What is a pharaoh? Should I be
No.
doing different types like pharaoh fibrous or anything like that?
Different armor has different advantages. Keep in mind that if
Okay.
you do anything that's not standard, it's going to increase your BV by a
No,
fuckload.
I was here. Alright, initiative.
What does heavy industrial make it?
2. Next.
Oh,
It's same as standard. Okay.
Can we focus on the game we're playing?
12.
Human.
also base type. Keep base type standard always.
Roll initiative.
And never click the Omni button.
I clicked it and then took it off because I didn't want to deal with it.
Human. Also, you have a -1 to movement and a +1 to fire due to heat. On your javelin. It says that down here. No, I did not do... You're supposed to dissipate on your own.
If I were to throw in several LRM 20s, what is the range of an LRM 20 again?
And
Same as an
Human,
LRM.
did you roll initiative?
Which is what?
Okay. I move first.
21. Oh, also,
I'm going to jump. Going to jump.
actually,
so,
sorry. Tech level we want to keep at introductory.
Going to jump to here.
That messes with a whole lot, actually, because it removes all the quirky stuff I've been doing. It also removes my ability to have double heat sinks, which means yours would be illegal.
The double heatsink one, yeah.
Your Black Knight would be illegal.
Yeah, that's fine. The reason why I want to keep it at this low level is because there's less shit to deal with.
But it does interfere with what I've been doing. Alright, it's okay. Actually, it isn't, because it makes heat sinks very bad. Heat sinks will take up literally half my vehicle if I do it this way.
Yes, it's your movement. You can walk backwards. Yes, you cannot run backwards. 4, 5, 6. How far can you walk? That's your javelin, right? Okay, yeah. All right, Wolf, your movement.
Well, you know what, Cal?
Hmm.
Let's provide you some aid. I'm going to declare a run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Aid?
11, 12. Actually, scratch that. So 10, 9, 8, 7, I think. Yep. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
15.
Oh, 15. Shit, I can't do that. Can I?
I don't know what you run.
My run's 14.
Alright. You could get
12.
closer. Or you could turn.
Actually, it'd be
11.
11 then. 11, 12, 13. I can't do that. I can't do any of those. The fuck? Human, I don't think you realize my mech is dead. It is useless. It is... I have conceded to the fact that I am literally dead man walking.
Alright. Are you done, Wolf?
Yes, I ran from here.
Alright.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Alright.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Human, shut up. Genuinely. I want this match to be over. Because
1,
I am...
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8.
Other equipment, ammunition, all weapons. That 2 AC-20s. Oh, I can't.
Well, if you don't move.
I can, actually. Adding 2 AC-20s, I would then need to add ammo. How much does each AC-20 ammo add?
Actually, does this have armor? Or arms?
What?
How much does each AC-20 ammo add?
Oh,
Does
1
have
ton.
armor.
All ammo
Okay.
is in 1 ton.
But how much
unit.
ammo does that add?
Like 5 shots.
Alright. Human, your last move.
So 20.
You know,
One,
why do I even need
2,
armor?
3, 4. Okay. You moved 1.
Yeah, it adds 5 shots and it's per ton.
Alright, well, I had the highest initiative, so I'll go first.
I can do it. Human, I can do it.
Alright, so I had the highest initiative, so I'll go first. Human walked 6, sorry, so human walked, so that's a +2. Short distance, so it's negative. Now, no negative, +2. I have a 7 to hit. I am going an Alpha Strike, that is 3 large lasers. I would be hitting their front. First one hits. Second one misses. Third one hits.
Alright, tell me the hit location.
First one hits the head, they're dead.
Well,
Yes.
Roll piloting check to see if they survive.
Wait, nope, they're not dead. They take... it goes internal, though. That's their javelin, which has 6 head armor, which is only 8, which means that, their entire... I'm going to now roll to go...
2.
Yep, I'm now going to roll... They have to roll 2 casualty checks, don't they? Or is it each wound or each internal pip?
So a head hit is a wound check.
But is it per each internal pip, or is it, just in general?
No, it's getting hit in the head is automatically a wound check.
Cal?
Going internal is another wound check. Each successive wound
just
check
blew
has
their
a
head off.
+2 difficulty.
Cal, I just got a 12 on the
Blow
critical...
that off.
Cal, I just got a critical hit.
Oh.
I just got a determining critical hits 12. I just blew their head off.
You have
That
no
means
more
that
head.
okay, so he did.
They're dead, correct? They don't get a chance to escape that?
Nope.
I threw 12
Yes.
twice, yes. It's on the recording. Is that a
Human, you still get your turn with this robot.
But I'm killing
Yeah,
it.
he still gets to
But
shoot
it's
with it,
dead after this turn.
So
but he's dead afterwards.
So does their pilot get a chance to survive since I blew off their head in the critical hit?
No, it's
No.
that
They're dead.
that
dead?
was
was
crit in the head. Do you think they survived?
All right.
No.
Well, given I still have I don't. I still have another damage table, so I'm gonna roll this one to see what else happens because I wanna. This one hits 8,
8,
which is left torso. 8 damage to your left torso. Is I just stripped off the armor as a taunt.
No. Oh yeah.
So the Hussar has a powerful ability if it gets in. One of my attacks missed. Yes.
2 hit.
Okay, so Human, to explain, when I go internal, you roll a critical hit. Yeah. I rolled a 12 on that critical hit. If you read here, rolling a 12 on the critical hit table means I've just blown the limb off. I hit your head on the critical hit table. I just blew your head off. Yeah.
Yeah. So crits happen when you go internal. You have to roll
Well, they
to
have
see
a chance
if the
of
crit.
Yeah.
Or they have,
happening.
yeah, they have a chance of happening.
You roll the critical hits table when you go internal.
And then
And you need.
and then it determining on what you roll on the critical hits table determines how many crit rolls you make. 0, 1, 2 are blow the limb off, or 3 if it's a chest piece.
So Wolf, is that your whole turn?
Yep.
All right, Human, it is your turn to blow my wolfhound to bits, or whatever it's called, the wasp.
So you just lasered that person's head off.
Why are we using
Yep.
Why are we using the introductory system, by the way?
With what?
Because there's a lot of weapons I don't feel like looking up the rules for that have specialized
Yeah,
rules.
but it also means that none of my things so far are illegal. In fact, none of the things I've been seeing are legal. With a 30-ton robot, there should be no way to achieve a movement speed of 6 and 8.
Yeah. Okay, so make attack. Let me see how much it would be. So it would be a
Actually
4 plus
scratch that.
5, so 8. 8 to hit him.
No, that's perfectly legal. In fact,
Wait a second. I'm on introductory now.
Wolf, I get you're trying to make a new robot and everything, but we're playing a game.
What? They're nuking me.
They're rolling to attack you.
Yes.
4 plus 1 plus 3 is 8. Any other conditions? Yes?
4. Well, other than the fact that they couldn't give me a second break.
It can shoot you.
Wait, 1. Wait a second before you even determine that. What did you roll? So they would be turning their torso to face me, which means they can't hit literally anyone else.
This is not a hit.
You have to turn your torso to hit me. Your shots are in your torso. Your torso is facing front. You'd have to turn your torso to hit me. Which means you can only shoot at me.
You rolled a 6. You need an 8.
Other than that...
Oh, you used the blue die. Okay. So this blue die becomes dead.
Other than that, the other thing that would... Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. Oh, I am looking at the right one. Other than that, the other thing you have to consider here is that you are doing it...
Miss.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Okay, roll on the hit. Roll to
cluster table. 2.
2. Okay, so you get 2.
2 hit. Roll 1 cluster. See which part of my armor takes 4 damage. 7. That's center torso.
Okay. Yep, that is center torso.
My center torso armor has been stripped off.
You're living though.
Barely.
All right. Your next robot.
I'm going to see if it's actually possible to create a...
Okay.
That's a 20 tonnage?
Yep. To hit, you need 3, 4. You need a 7 to hit. You're using only your right arm. Your right arm has your medium. You need to state the guns you're using, not the limb. I know, but you need to state what's attacking, not where it's attacking from. Hit. Next. Hit. Okay, both hit. These are things that you don't roll clusters for, right?
What?
Medium laser and machine gun.
Actually, no.
Yeah.
The machine guns rolled a different way. Snake, please
So
explain
you could.
the snake
So
roll.
when you fire a machine gun, you can declare to fire it as a single shot, which is you just do it as it says, or you could declare it as a rapid fire. When you rapid fire, you'd roll a d6, you generate that much heat, and then you roll a cluster using that number. We don't have the cluster table available for the other ones that can roll. I'll just have to use the cluster table I have here.
How's Mech is just barely legal? I mean, it is legal, but I don't get it. Under the introductory system, it's barely legal.
What?
I didn't believe it could fit, but they managed to barely fit it.
Right torso? Oh, we did that on the wrong side. Okay. That means I have... It does 5 damage.
That goes internal.
So, yes, no, I lose that part of my robot. I'm aware. So the right arm has 2 of my small lasers. Oh, and my right torso has 2 heat sinks. Another 2 of my lasers. So I only have 2 lasers left. Yeah, stop marking my sheet, human. Let's see. So, no, it is not.
Urban Mech with literally no armor time?
Are legs attached to the side torsos or the main torso?
Center torso.
So, quick question, Snake. Is there a 100 armor Urban Mech? Sorry, 100 ton Urban Mech?
No, that generally when you're going to be basing your mech off of a previous design, you want to keep the tonnage and everything about that mech. You want to start with that mech and then start making edits.
Well, you see, they just weren't thinking big enough.
Oh, and if you a 100-ton urban mech is called a Mackie.
A Mackie? Why?
Because they look exactly the same, and that's the 100-ton trash can.
Cluster of 2, you said?
SRMs and clusters in 2, yes.
Yeah.
Size of 3. Weapons. So.
Or
Plus. Is the weapon size 2? What is the MG weapon size?
if you roll a 3 on a 1d6, there isn't a clusters hits table for a 3 weapon size 3.
Yeah,
Snake.
that's what I'm looking for. It's.
All right. Well, a 100 ton urban mech is one thing, but you've got to be dreaming very big here. How many small lasers can I attach on this thing? Alright, that is, how many sets of small lasers? I'm not attaching MGs. I'm not building an urban mech variant of the Scarecrow. 1, 2, 3,
No,
4,
I
5,
wanted
6,
to do
7,
the
8,
small laser
9, 10,
strat,
11,
Wolf. You
12,
can't do
13, 14,
that.
15, 16, 17, 18. 18. Assign criticals. I want these assigned literally everywhere.
No, that's not. You don't roll for weapon size. We're waiting on your weapon size. You rolled a 5. So right now, the biggest thing you get is 1.
Alright, here we go. Cluster hits table. How many, what, on a D6, the first D6 after he said he was gonna fire the thing, what did he get?
3.
Alright, roll 2d6 and tell me what he gets.
Does a
4.
robot need a foot?
4. 1. 1 hit. It
1
does
hit.
2 damage. Determine where it goes.
Alright, roll for where it hits.
Yes, your robot needs a foot.
Ah, damn. No fun.
7. Center. Center torso. Okay. 2 damage to my back center. Okay.
Oh, for...
Wait, which one is it? This one. Bonk. And that 2 heat generated by you, and you need to expend 4 ammo, right? Or 6 ammo?
No. How a machine gun deals 2 damage.
Yes.
The cluster it fired was 3. So it
Okay.
generates 3 times 3, which is 9 ammo. That's what it expends. And it generates 3 heat.
Okay. I still need to attack, and technically all this damage happened after, so I still have my other 2 guns, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Your guns get a final
Alright.
shot before they blow up.
So also, if you roll 1 on a cluster table, it's 1. 1. So if you roll 1 to determine what your cluster is, that one's the easy one. 3's the hardest, but it's pretty simple.
I'm going to Alpha Strike the Javelin.
Let's see here.
Actually, yeah, I am.
9.
So, the Javelin, I need a 7 to hit.
Wait, check over that real quick. So your Alpha Strike... Yeah, Javelin's already dead, Cal.
No, I mean, you're right, but
You can't hit there, so just save your heat. Or is it dead already?
It's not dead.
Then save your heat.
Listen, it's not dead. It dissipates 8 heat. It only generates 6. So.
You don't... The Javelin's already dead. I've blown
I'm
it.
going to
Cal,
kill the
Cal,
Javelin.
I've blown its head off.
Alright, so I need a 7 to hit.
So, Snake, I'm creating an abomination I'm
That's
scared
a
of.
11 for the first one. That's a 7 for, so 2 hits. Okay.
Snake, is there a rule
3 hits.
regarding this? Because I can't increase my my rear left armor any higher for some reason.
Oh, so your maximum armor for your center,
4 hits.
left and right torso is shown at the bottom.
Ah,
That
so
is
you can
split
have...
between the front and the rear.
Alright, Wolf, I need you to look at where it hits. Okay?
Alright, give me the... It's hitting its front?
Yes. Ready?
Right. Yep.
4.
Right arm.
Each of these do 3 damage. Next is 7.
Center torso. Right arm, center torso.
Next is 9.
Left leg.
Next is 9.
Left leg again.
Alright, so you need to do 3 damage to all of those locations, human. We just
What's
did.
causing 3? Oh, the small lasers.
Yes. To the left leg.
Center torso, 2 to left leg, 1 to right arm. So, so Snake, I'm a bit scared of this thing.
What?
I know. It's now melee phase.
What's up, Wolf?
I've made an urban mech, or a thing meant to be faithful to an urban mech.
Mm-hmm.
Maximum armor I've allocated. In fact, I've reached the maximum armor allowed to me. Except for the head. I have enough room for more small lasers. Let's add 2 more small lasers.
Keep in mind, if you're staying faithful to the urban mech, its walk MP is 2 and its run is 3.
It's 2 and 3. Yep. Okay, faithful to the urban mech, that gives me room for 2 more small lasers, and then...
Human, do you wish to punch me? Okay.
I would also say go up to probably like 16 or so. Things.
Attack modifier.
16 what?
16 heat sinks or so.
I've gone to 20.
You need to wait for me to find how physical. Punching plus 0. Okay. So
yeah.
It is a
piloting check, which is 4.
Plus 4.
You add your 2 hit negatives from their dodge and your movement.
So 8 to punch me, and then since I'm a level above, we use the kick table to determine where you hit.
Yep.
So roll.
It's always fun kicking people in the head, or punching them in the feet.
Punching people in the crotch. Yeah. Roll to hit. Yes. Roll to hit. Well, that's how we've been running it, and that's how we're running it right now. Because I'm going to be kicking you back. And my kicks will be to the punch table, so I could kick your face in. Me. There's no other melee target that you can punch.
They can't punch, they've shot.
8.
Keep in mind, you only have 78 criticals to work with. That means I have...
Miss.
Are you working on 50 tons or 100 tons?
40 tons, actually.
I have...
Well, 100-ton urban mech was as a small laser boat. I ran out of room before I ran out of tonnage.
Yeah, I ran...
I
brought it down to 40 after seeing that. By the way, Cal...
I have to hit a 4 to kick you.
Cal, they can't punch. They shot.
They didn't use that arm specifically so they could punch.
Which thing's trying to punch?
The left arm. They only used their right arm.
They didn't shoot the machine gun on the left arm? Okay. We'll take it back.
I am trying to kick them. I need a 4, because it is a -2. I have a +2 to hit. So, it cancels out to just a pilot check.
Actually, it also takes their defense in, but they don't have any.
Exactly. That is why I didn't mention it. I hit.
Alright, let's roll 1d6 for me.
Okay. 5.
That would hit the right arm.
Yeah, so the modifier to hit you goes down by 2, because kicking is really easy. Kicking also does more damage.
So kicking is
what is the tonnage of my actual thing?
Okay, so to explain, Human, kicking is really easy with a mech. You have it. It's what the rules literally state here. So it takes his modifier to hit you was +2 because he ran, -2 because it's a kick. Because you're kicking with the weight of your mech.
Divided by 5. Take 4 damage to your right arm.
Keep in mind, a kick is weight tonnage divided by 4. A punch,
divided by 4?
divided by 5. And
Yeah.
a punch is weight divided by 10.
Punch does not hit for nearly as much. So take 4 damage to your right arm. Not that one. I'm not attacking your javelin.
So
attacking your stinger.
What would I name? Okay, so the chassis is named. What would I name the chassis here?
You also have not been marking off.
You would. So for structure chassis, you would do your levels. So that'd be medium.
You will, because it uses 3 times the amount you actually fire for. So you fired 5.
Your model would be whatever you want to call it. That's your custom model. So for you would normally use a base. So like you want this to be represented by an urban mech. So you would say urban or urban mech and then dash instead of RL or whatever the urban mech designation is. You would make up your own, probably starting with an R. Because that's what urban mechs start with.
So they burst fired. They rolled a 5, right? Or
yeah.
No, they rolled a 3, sorry. So does that mean they used 9 ammo?
Yes.
Times 3 on however many you bursted for. So you actually have 191.
So when you roll to determine the cluster amount for a machine gun, you generate that much heat, and you what's the word? You expend 3 times that listed amount's ammo. Because for every shot that's in the cluster that hits, there's 2 shots that completely missed, essentially. Because you're going rapid fire through a belt-fed weapon.
Cow, just do it to them if... I don't... When was the urban mech? So, urban mech... Source.
Right. Initiative, yes? Or actually get rid of heat.
The original urban mech was UM-R60.
Who added
it'd be
UM... 9 to me? Sorry.
What?
Somebody added an extra heat to me. I was at 28. Somebody pushed me to 29. Other than that, I dissipate 22 heat, so I'm at 6.
Hey. I got an 8 on initiative.
Got a 7. So, Snake, is this how I should fill it out?
You're gonna have to send it to me.
I'm streaming this right now.
Yeah. And then if you want to have your pilot's name...
No, the V designates that.
Human.
Oh, then put it in parentheses. Don't dash it. Parentheses. Fluffy. Yeah.
Human, we are
That's
waiting
because
on
it's
you.
your custom for that one.
I should just put it like that.
Yeah, to show a
Roll
40 ton.
initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would I put like a source arrow thing?
If you want,
Nah.
it would
Okay.
be. Most of what we're doing is fourth succession war, is the era we're fighting in.
Set fluff image. Do we have the urban mech in here? Or do we just do the HUD?
The HUD is the only one that's in there, but you can put any image as that fluff image.
It's looking in other things. I've got like the
It
cataphract
is
assassin.
your turn to
like
move, Human.
Yeah, you can find the urban mech in there and use that as your fluff image.
Libraries, downloads, urban mech.
You can use anything that's. I don't really care what you use as your fluff image. You can use anything that's not safe for work because people might be streaming.
AKA me.
Yeah.
You didn't declare an action. You cannot move that far. That was moving 12 distance, Human. You cannot move that far.
So, I'm just saying, good
You had
luck
to
getting
turn
close
3.
enough to anyone to
You were
ever,
facing me.
obliterate them with that small laser battery.
That's a run dice.
You need walking up terrain takes 2 as well.
You can't run backwards, Human.
You cannot run backward. No, you cannot.
This is actually straight up part of the rules, Human. You can't run backwards. I see your mouse move a lot, and I'm like very confused by it.
Oh,
Snake.
me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's because
Yeah,
This
Yeah.
urban mech will literally be hell. It has a grand total of I think 46 small lasers.
Mhm.
Cow, I'm
Okay.
All right, it's my turn now, yeah.
Yes, it is your turn.
Well, this is where my movement bonus comes in handy. I'm getting a penalty to -1 to my movement because I'm 6 overheating, but I declare a run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's
You didn't turn all the way.
Yep.
Yep.
5.
6.
Why is it doing that? 6, 7. I don't like how it's doing that. I'm hitting my scroll wheel. 8, 9, 10. Why is it doing that each time? Is it because I'm holding Alt by accident? 10, 11, 12.
Oh. Okay. For every -1 on the walk table, you need to take 1.5 away from your run.
Excuse me?
Rounding up.
Rounding up, so I get 13 still.
Yeah.
So he's fine.
Don't keep doing it 1-1 for this match because that's how we've been doing it. But
So-
now we know.
Cal, am I on 11 or 12 right now?
You're on 11. I don't know. I don't even know where you started. So
I started way the fuck. I started over here. Facing this way.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1.
4.
So it took me 3 to get here.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
was the okay? So the 13 hasn't come yet. I'm on the 13th now.
You're on 13.
No, I'm not.
You've done 13.
I started here. I started here facing this way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Alright. Yep, that's fair, and I'm facing this way.
Could just backpedal.
Because if I turn my torso, I can turn to face this way, which means that at least...
Right, but she's gonna hit you right. Which honestly might be good for you, actually. Yeah, it's good for you.
Barely.
Well, I mean, that's the part you'd have armor on.
This is the thing I was designed to do, so I'm going to... Actually, I'm going to go crazy, go stupid.
Go sicko mode.
Actually, let's take a look what the Stinger's lost.
Nada.
Stinger has 1 machine gun and 2 medium lasers. There's no right arm.
Yep, right arm.
If I don't get why, I don't know why it's doing this.
Don't. Yeah, I know.
It's pissing me off.
Right now it can shoot you. That's not the direction. You want to face that direction?
No. It's pissing me off that it's
Okay,
doing
okay,
that.
okay. Just tell me where you want to go and I'll do it.
So this is
You
what
want to be here?
This is what I'm currently at, and I'm thinking about it because right arm, medium laser, and if I turn, I can fire with. So if it's in my front arc at all, can I fire with all 3 of my torso facing weapons, or if I turn my torso?
Yes. So torso weapons only fire in the front arc.
But if
you
it's
change your front arc by up to 1 tile left or right with a torso twist.
Then I'm going to stay right here because that's the only way I can alpha strike them and burn myself up in the process.
Right, and then if they want to shoot you, they have to change here.
Yeah, which means then you can now exploit that to guarantee they die no matter what.
Yeah.
Well.
But as per your question, all torso weapons can always fire in the front arc. They can only fire in the front arc. Unless they are rear-facing weapons, which you can designate any torso weapon to be a rear-facing weapon before you begin the match.
All right. Oh, by the way, I take it back. I have 22 small lasers.
That's a fuckload of small lasers.
Left side, and it's only me.
It's the PDF right now. Sorry, give me a second.
That's 66 potential damage.
PDF to JPEG converter. Choose file.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Don't think I'd be in your front arc if you turn to shoot wolves.
They actually can't shoot you if they turn to shoot me.
Alright.
They can't.
This boy.
I mean, they can, but they can't really. They'd be in your side arc, yeah.
So they can't shoot me. This boy has a running.
That's the urban mech.png one.
That was a run.
But something that's nice about the Battletech game is that the rules are very expandable. We're playing with the most basic stuff, and we're having a blast just mashing metal at each other. But if we want to get into it, we can add tanks in, we can add infantry, we can add helicopters and jets. There's fucking spaceships that can be added in.
I was here? No, I was here.
The whole system is very expandable.
Yeah, okay.
I think what we should do is if we want to keep playing, is master and be good enough at the rules of the basic Met to be able to use level 2 advanced rules for the mechs.
One, 2, 3.
Once we can use the advanced rules for the mechs, we'll be sitting pretty
4,
enough that I
5,
think we can start adding
6,
in
7,
tanks and
8,
helicopters and all
9,
sorts of fun
Infantry
stuff.
squadrons.
Hmm. I think the first one we're probably going to add in is tanks, as tanks are the closest to mechs.
This is beautiful.
As far as rules wise. Jesus Christ, that is
and 8.
This versus your Black Knight, but you're not allowed to walk away.
That is the movement phase.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I'm first. Okay.
Human jumped to here?
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 through a light wood and a heavy wood. So that's a +3 from their jump.
I'm just checking my so it's medium range.
Alright, so +2 because you ran, +3 because they jumped, +3 because of the terrain they're in, +2 because of the medium range. 2 + 2 + 3 + 3.
10.
10 +3.
Y +3 again?
Second. Y +3 indeed. Good question.
2,
2,
3,
2, 2, 3, 3.
The other 3 is my pilot.
Yes, you can't hit.
And then another 2 from the tree.
3 from the trees. The heavy wood count. This right here is a heavy wood. Heavy wood counts as +2 to cover.
Ah, okay, I can't shoot.
Yeah.
Next, medium range for my laser. Gonna be the same situation.
Maybe not. Give me a second.
2.
Human can make
3.
it the same situation. Yep, it's the same situation. You can't hit. As for me, on the other hand, 3 from the jump. I ran. Where's my run thing? I ran a whole fuck ton. I ran from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. Thank you. So 10, 2 from that, 3 from this.
No, weren't you? Oh no, you won first.
2 from this, 3 from this, 3 from this.
5. Here's a tiny thing that we didn't
11.
We didn't do correctly last time. When you get 2 or more shutdowns in a single turn, you roll both shutdowns, but against the highest number of shutdown.
All right. So Cal, I'm only
that's
declaring.
A small thing, but we didn't do right.
I'm declaring that I'm going to fire. 1 laser. Laser misses.
Okay.
Ends my turn. Human, declare which one of us you're going to try to murder. Cal, would you like to see the thing I made?
It's fucking silly.
If you paid attention to the game. Yes, this was the idea for my battle. My Irby back.
A laser boat?
Yes.
You could make it an AC boat. It would be very funny. Zero heat sinks.
Who needs heat sinks anymore?
Are heat sinks mandatory?
Yes.
Why?
You can't have a mech without at least having 10 heat sinks. It is a part of the rules. Reason for mandatoriness unknown,
Declare an
but it
actual
is.
attack, Human. You don't have this anymore. Okay. You have to hit 6 plus 5 plus 1, 6. So 6 plus 3 is 9. You have to hit a 9 with the MG. No, this is medium range. So you need to hit an 11. It's a medium range for the MG. I know. It's still a 9 for the medium laser.
Is it possible to have a 5-tonner? It is not.
I was counting the MG. Yep, so 9. Miss. Alright. No melee phase. Nine for human. 7 for cow. And wolf need to pay attention to the game.
5.
Alright.
Human goes last.
Yes.
Well then, I go first. I declare
Yes.
I am going to, well, first off, I'm going to declare I'm going to dissipate my heat. I dissipate 22, which means I'm back down to 0, which means I'm no longer having the movement penalty, which means I can now carefree declare a run. I will run here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
9,
9,
10, 11,
12.
13. You're moving into a forest.
I don't know where you got the 11 from then. I thought you did the 11 preemptively.
You turned twice.
Fair enough. 13.
You didn't do that.
Doesn't matter. It takes 2 more to enter.
If you jump into trees, you have to make a piloting check.
Yeah, if you jump into pilot, you...
It's not too late, actually.
Nah.
Yesterday, we set a precedent of going back from the past.
Alright.
Well, you still have a move, Wolf. That would only be 13. You did. 12.
It would be a 14. Because the heavy would cost 2 to enter.
Right, and it was 11 before. Was it not?
They cost...
It doesn't cost 3 to enter. No, it does not.
No, it does cost 3 to enter right here.
What?
It's a plus 2 to extra penalty. It is a plus 3. It would be 14.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yep. That concludes my turn. I'm now covering the rear of Human. Cow, it is now your job to fix up the rest of it. Okay, this thing seems terrifying, and I don't know if it is terrifying. Why does the auto allocate put 9 in the head?
Oh. Because once there's 9 in the head, that's the max it can go to.
But why does it always do that, even if there's more valuable places to put it in?
Going to walk.
Because getting headshot is bad, okay?
4.
You don't say, but like...
5. 6.
It's just a quirk of how it's programmed. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Manually adjust as necessary.
Human, move.
Well, I've created a cheap bot. Are you ready for it?
Well, she still gets the move. You leave. All right, so you concede. All right,
All right.
Wolf.
Cow.
Would you like to make an agreement?
Would you like to? I mean, like,
One,
Snake, I'm willing to play. You want to play another game if we both concede here?
two,
Um, I need to go to bed.
Damn.
4.
It is 2:00 for me. It is. I'm
Alright.
sorry that I couldn't play, but my computer
It's all right.
jacked itself, and
Cow,
I'm gonna have to restart.
I'm more than okay conceding it here. We can play a new game,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
I would like to not play Battletech.
You tired of Battletech?
For now.
Yeah. I love it.
I just mean like today, maybe tomorrow. Actually.
I'm gonna close down my tabletop sims so I can
Win streak continues.